Hello friends, welcome to my new video of animal classification. The first phylum is phylum Porifera. This is the figure of Porifera. You can see these are numerous small pores which are known as ostia. Singular is ostium and plural is ostia. And a single large opening for letting the water outside is known as osculum. Water enters through ostia and water goes out through osculum. Inside there is a cavity, the hollow inside, it is known as spongocoel. The inner part of the body contains many flagellated collar cells called choanocytes. One choanocyte has been shown here. It has flagella that creates water current in sponges. Apart from having choanocyte, phylum Porifera is having certain other cells. One of them is archaeocyte, which are totipotent cells of Porifera. Then pinacocytes. Pinacocytes are another kind of cells which form the pinacoderm, the outer epidermal layer. Then there are porocytes, which are tubular cells that make up the pores of Porifera and they regulate water circulation inside their body. Then comes mesenchyme cells. These are specialized cells for reproduction, storage of food, and also form contractile rings. Mesohyle is a jelly-like layer present below the pinacocytes, which is formed by mesenchyme cells. Complex sponges have increased surface area for choanocytes. They increase their filtering capabilities. Now, what are spicules? The exoskeleton of the sponges contains spicules, which may be either calcareous spicules made up of calcium carbonate or siliceous spicules made up of silicon dioxide or silica. There is a third class of sponges known as demospongi, whose exoskeleton is made up of spongin fibers. What is spongin? Spongin is a fibrous protein made up of collagen. Now they are larvae. They have two types of larvae generally. One is a free swimming larva called amphiblastula, which has flagella on one hemisphere and non-flagellated cell on the other. Another larva is parenchyma larva. Amphiblastula and parenchyma are their main larvae. After reproduction, they produce another kind of larva known as stomoblastula. This is the third kind. They have three classes. They are divided into three classes. Class 1 is Calcarea, which contains calcareous spicules. Next one is Hexactinellida, which has 6 red siliceous spicules. And third one is Demospongi. Spongin fibers make up their body. Examples are Calcareous examples Leucosolenia, Scypha, Grantia. Hexactinellida, they have Euplectella, the Venus flower basket. Hyalonema is a glass rope sponge. In Demospongi, we have Euspongia, which is bath sponge, and Spongilla, Thena, and Cliona. So this is all about phylum Porifera. Coming to phylum Cnidaria. Cnidaria, the word Cnidaria comes from cnidoblast cells, which are the stinging cells which bear stinging cell organelle called nematocyst, which are coiled thread-like structures, which may be of three types. They may be penetrants, or volvents, or glutinants. The penetrant nematocysts pierce through the body of the prey. The volvents entangle their prey, and the glutinants remain glued or remain adhered to their prey. What is their function actually? They liberate hypnotoxin to paralyze their prey. Now this is the cnidoblast cell, structure of cnidoblast. They contain this thread. Nematocyst is the coiled thread. This is nematocyst. It has got minor barbs, these pointed structures, and this major barb, this is also a pointed structure. This is known as cnidocyl. There is an operculum leaf-like structure called operculum, The hypnotoxin is present within the capsule. There is a nucleus because it's a cell. Phylum Cnidaria. They have shown extreme polymorphism, having two types of life cycle, life stages. One is polyp phase, another is medusa phase. The polyp is their asexually reproducing phase. This is the polyp, this structure. It contains a bud, it contains tentacles, it is made up of two layers, ectoderm and endoderm, and mesoglia is a central jelly-like structure. They are attached to the substratum because they are sessile. They attach to the substratum with the help of basal plate. There is a foot-like disc. And the sexually reproducing phase is called medusa. It is an umbrella-like structure, free-moving, free-swimming, umbrella-like structure. It is sexually reproducing phase. It also contains ectoderm and endoderm. In between there is mesoglia. Here we have a cavity. Here also you can see this cavity. This is called coelenteron. Here also coelenteron. Coelenteron. What is coelenteron? Coelenteron is the gastrointestinal cavity. Cele means cavity, enteron means intestine. Now they have these oral arms and this is the mouth. Mouth is their only opening for eating as well as for throwing out their undigested waste products. The medusa has bell-shaped muscles which are capable of contraction, which allows them to move, to swim in water. They have got larvae. Their larvae are called planula, which is a crawling larva, and ephyra, that is a free-swimming larva of Scyphozoan jellyfish. Ropalia. Ropalia is a small sensory structure of Scyphozoan and Cubozoan among the classes. There are four classes: class Anthozoa, Scyphozoa, Cubozoa and Hydrozoa. In Anthozoa we have sea anemones, all sea anemones. Actinia is one of the example. Metridium is the plumose anemone. Then Adamsia is another kind of sea anemone. Corals are Corallium and Scleractinia is the stony coral. Among Scyphozoans, Aurelia is the jellyfish, Rhizostoma, Lucernaria, Periphylla, these are other jellyfishes. Chrysaora is the lance mane jellyfish. The box jellyfish, they are extremely venomous, known as Chironex and Carukia. In case of Hydrozoa, we have example as Hydra. So, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe my channel and please do not forget to mention the comment. Thank you.